So this is the brand new MSI Titan 18HX, and honestly, it's the fastest laptop I've ever tested. Like seriously, this thing is packing Intel's most powerful laptop CPU on the planet right now. But here's the plot twist. It costs over 6 grand. And at this point, I'm pretty sure I'm only reviewing laptops that Elon Musk's kids would use. Most of you are just like flabbergasted at these crazy price points. And look, I get it. You're asking, where are the affordable gaming laptops? And they're coming. We're just waiting for NVIDIA to stop being ridiculous and drop their lower end 50 series next gen GPUs. But this laptop is a beast. Like, it's basically the Godzilla of gaming laptops. But what do you get besides buyer's remorse? Well, you do get an NVIDIA RTX GeForce 5090, an 18-inch UHD Plus mini LED display, and up to 96 gigabytes of RAM. This one has a humble 64, plus storage space that even my massive Steam library can't fill. Like, this thing is huge. It weighs almost 8 pounds. Basically, you're carrying a toddler around campus, except this one doesn't cry, it just silently judges you. Build quality is kinda solid. You do have an aluminum chassis, an aluminum keyboard deck with just enough plastic to remind you MSI had to cut corners somewhere. There's RGB lighting on the logo because gaming laptops legally require enough RGB to signal aliens from space. And speaking of signals, there's a healthy collection of ports around the back, at least the ports that are important, like the power connector to keep the cables away from you so you don't have that cable spaghetti on the desk, which nets you 3. You have the HDMI port 2.1, 2.5 gigabit Ethernet jack, and your power connector, which comes with a big, beefy 400 watt power brick. On the left-hand side, you have 2 USB-A ports, a full-size SD card slot, and then on the right, you have 2 Thunderbolt 5 ports, a USB-A port, and your combo audio jack. Now, you can't open this with one hand easily, mostly because it's heavier than Thor's hammer. The Cherry MX mechanical keyboard is fantastic, with travel so satisfying that you'll type on it just for fun. But fair warning, it's loud. Like, do not use this in class unless your goal is to become universally despised loud. Every click feels like you're performing Beethoven's Fifth on keys. There's even a numpad for the spreadsheet warriors out there. Now we gotta discuss this touchpad, or as I prefer to call it, the I wish I had a mouse instead pad. Sure, the RGB lighting beneath it is cool, but this haptic touchpad is truly awful. It's so bad, you'd rather have the trackpad from a 2005 Dell Inspiron. It's like expecting a Ferrari and getting handed a skateboard missing a wheel. Sticker placement? Well, it's a bit of a sticker mosh pit in the top left-hand corner, but I guess MSI sticker guy had a tough day. As for the display, it's absolutely massive. 18 inches of UHD Plus mini LED goodness, but there are 2 big issues. One, it's only 120 Hz, which feels dated for a gaming laptop at this price point. It should be at least 165 or 240. 2, UHD Plus is total overkill. Even the RTX 5090 struggles at that resolution with newer titles. The color gamut is exceptional, but the color accuracy could be better. Plus, with only 1,000 local dimming zones, you will notice some blooming, like watching a low-budget sci-fi film on Netflix. So this is what the 1080p webcam looks like on the MSI Titan. I'm using nothing but natural light, so you guys let me know how it looks and how do the microphones sound. The MSI Center software isn't perfect, but at least it's better than the Asus Armory Crate. Not exactly setting a high bar, I know. You can tweak performance profiles, toggle the Mach switch, and even overclock the GPU and VRAM. The Cooler Boost fan mode is hilariously loud, like think jet engine in your living room loud. Stick with auto unless you enjoy permanent hearing damage. But performance is what this laptop is all about. It has the fastest Intel processor you can buy today. Single core clock speeds are the best I've tested on a Windows laptop, beating out all others by 1.5%, but still losing to the MacBook Pro 16 M4 Max by 22. Single core clock speeds are super important for certain web-based applications. Even loading them, it can improve. Multi-core speeds are a totally different story though. The laptop's 285HX CPU from Intel is the fastest laptop CPU I've ever tested, completely crushing the competition by a healthy 14%, making it great for compiling code. Speaking of compiling code, the MacBook Pro 16 scores the fastest Mozilla Firefox compile time at 6 minutes. Now, in all fairness, macOS runs Unix natively, so compiling Firefox will be faster. For Photoshop, the MSI Titan performed the fastest out of all the Arrow Lake laptops I've tested so far, but loses out to the 14900HX and MacBook Pro 16 M4 Max by 19%. Now, to be honest, they're all more than capable of running Photoshop smoothly. For Premiere Pro users, the Titan 18HX scored the highest at 13,711, beating out the Strixscar 18 by almost 1%. For 3D artists using Blender, the MSI Titan had the fastest RTX 5090 performance I've tested so far. The difference compared to the Blade 16 is only about 0.65%. Now, the GPU inside runs at 175 watts and fully utilizes that power. This was the fastest 5090 I've tested so far, beating out the Blade 16 by 0.13%. Not a lot, but it's 17% faster than last year's RTX 4090. TimeSpy, which tests the GPU but is a bit more CPU bound, showed this laptop was the fastest, about 10% faster than any other laptop I've tested. Now, I did test around 5 games at QHD settings, and the MSI Titan 18HX came out on top, beating every single laptop I've reviewed so far. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is still CPU bound at QHD, showed a 19 FPS increase over every other 50 series laptop I've reviewed this year. The only game where the Razer Blade 16 tied the Titan was Black Myth Wukong, with both machines scoring 48 frames per second. Wukong also got a DLSS multi-frame generation update, allowing you to use these features to increase FPS. Now, I tested it and got a nice boost, allowing for smoother gameplay without too much artifacting. If you plan on playing at the UHD Plus resolution, higher than 4K, it can handle older AAA titles just fine, but may struggle with newer games like Black Myth Wukong without frame generation. Now, what I didn't like about this laptop is how hot it gets. These new Air Lake CPUs can max out at 105 degrees, but the CPU temps during Prime 95 testing hit 94 degrees Celsius, causing some applications to crash. I had to rerun the tests multiple times because it would crash about 5 minutes in. Not a good look for this laptop. Even the keyboard deck was uncomfortably hot. It's like typing on a waffle iron that's been left on too long. Now, to get inside, you remove 12 screws using a normal Phillips head screwdriver. Once you're in, you can see 2 speakers on the bottom. There's a total of 6 inside of here. The one thing that I do like, though, is the amount of storage space you get with this. 4 drives. 3 of them are completely populated in a RAID configuration, and the drive speeds are ridiculously fast. I also like the fact that this drive over here can be cooled using this copper heat pipe for maximum performance. This one's empty in case you want to upgrade later on in the future. As for RAM, you can get to it under here. This one has 64, but upgradable to 96. And the battery is 99 watt hours. So for gaming, I got about 50 minutes of playing Marvel Rivals using NVIDIA's battery boost before needing to charge. But what surprised me is that just using the integrated GPU with my modern office test, I got over 5 hours of use. So look, here's the bottom line. This laptop is ridiculously powerful, but it's not without its flaws. Mediocre build quality for its price, a touchpad that's borderline offensive, and a display that's impressive, but slightly misguided. If you're dropping this kind of cash, everything should feel premium. Like everything. There's no excuse for that price point. Anyways, lots more gaming laptops reviews coming soon. These new Intel CPUs are impressive, so subscribe, smash that like button, and check out the links below if you're interested in picking this one up, and I'll see you guys in the next one.